Masterson! Glad to see you, Sky.
Nathan, you old promoter, you.
How are you, Sky? You look great.
Feel great, Nathan. 2 wonderful weeks out in West Nevada. Beautiful place. Wonderful scenery, healthful climate, and I took them for 50 G's at blackjack.
50 G's? Oh, going to be in town long?
No, I leave for Havana tomorrow.
Havana?
Yeah, you want to come with me? There's a lot of action down there.
No, I got a lot of things to do. Meantime, how about going over to Mindy's for a piece of cheesecake? Oh, they sell a lot of cheesecake.
No, I'm not hungry. But tell me, how's Adelaide?
Oh, fine. Still dancing at the Hot Box.
And I suppose one of these days you'll be getting married.
We all gotta go sometime.
But we can fight it, Nathan. Guys like us, we gotta remember. As pleasant as a doll's company may be, she must always take second place to aces back-to-back.
Yeah. Tell me, you hungry yet? Maybe we can go to Mindy's for a piece of cheesecake or strudel or something.
No, I think I'll go get the late results.
But you will admit that Mindy has the greatest cheesecake in the country?
Yes, I'm quite partial to Mindy's cheesecake.
Who ain't? And yet there are some people who like Mindy's strudel. Offhand, which do you think he sells more of, the cheesecake or the strudel?
Well, I never gave it much thought. But if everyone's like I am, I would say Mindy sells much more cheesecake than strudel.
For how much?
What?
For how much?
Why, Nathan, I never knew you to be a betting man. You always took your percentage off the top.
For old time's sake, I thought I'd give you a little action. I will bet you $1,000 that yesterday Mindy sold more strudel than cheesecake.
Nathan, let me tell you a story.
Oh.
When I was a young man about to go off into the world, my father says to me a very valuable thing. He says to me like this: "Son," the old guy says, "I'm sorry I'm not able to bankroll you a very large start, but not having any potatoes to give you, I'm now going to stake you with some very valuable advice. One of these days in your travels, a man is going to come to you with a nice brand new deck of cards on which the seal is not yet broken. This man is going to offer to bet you that he can make the jack of spades jump out of that deck and squirt cider in your ear. But son, do not bet this man, for as surely as you stand there, you're going to wind up with an earful of cider." Now, Nathan, I don't claim that you've been clocking Mindy's cheesecake.
You don't think
However, if you're really looking for some action, I will bet you the same 1,000 that you do not know the color of the necktie you have on. Well?
No beds! Blue! What a crazy color!
Nathan, we took Adelaide to the drugstore.
Don't bother me.
Hiya, Sky.
How's it with you fellas?
Not bad.
Nicely, thank you. Nathan, we took Adelaide to the drugstore like you asked us to, and she said to don't forget to pick her up from the hot box after the show, and to don't be late.
Yes, dear. Yes.
Yes, dear. This is husband talk if I ever heard it. Nathan, you are trapped. In Adelaide, you have the kind of girl who is most difficult to unload.
I don't want to unload her. I love Adelaide. And a guy without a doll, well, if a guy does not have a doll, who would holler at her? A doll is a necessity.
Nathan, I'm not putting the rap on dolls. I'm just saying a guy should have them around when he wants them. And they're quite easy to find.
Not dolls like Adelaide.
Nathan, figuring weight for age, all dolls are the same.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Then how come you ain't got a doll? How come you are going to Havana alone without one?
I like to travel light. Besides, if I wish to take a doll to Havana with me, there's a large assortment available.
Not high-class dolls.
Any doll. You name it.
Any doll? And I name her? Would you bet on that? Would you bet $1,000 that if I name a doll, you will take her to Havana tomorrow?
You got it, guys. I've got cider in my ear. Do you take sinners here?
Indeed we do, Sarah.
How do you do?
My name is Abernathy. Arvide Abernathy.
Sky Masterson.
What's wrong?
What's the trouble?
My heart is heavy with sin.
Oh, you poor man.
I've wasted my life in gambling and evil betting, and I've suddenly realized the terrible things betting can lead to.
Agatha! Coffee.
Didn't I see you a little while ago on Broadway?
Possibly. I've been wandering around trying to get up the courage to come here.
And you're willing to give up gambling?
Gladly. I would never have become a gambler at all had I not fallen in with evil companions, always offering me sucker bets.
Here you are, young man.
Oh, thank you. Makes me feel good just to talk to you people.
You just go right on talking to Sister Sarah. You'll be all right. I'm glad that you found us.
Well, the Bible says, seek and ye shall find.
Oh, very good. I wish we could find more sinners like you. We're out every day trying.
Well, perhaps you should try the nighttime.
How's that?
As a former sinner, I happen to know that the best time to find sinners is between the hours of midnight and dawn. You might even try holding an all-night session against the devil.
Oh, a very good suggestion indeed. Why, thank you, Brother Masters.
You're welcome.
This coffee is so good. I don't understand why it isn't a sin.
A fine old gentleman. I suppose he sort of looks after you?
We look after each other.
And I suppose if one of you goes someplace, the other goes along?
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Here are 2 pamphlets I'd like you to read. They will bring you a great deal of comfort. And there is
Thank you.
You're welcome. And there is a Thursday prayer meeting that I'm sure you will wish to attend.
I'm sure. Miss Sarah, I hope you don't think I'm getting out of line, but it is so nice to see a beautiful doll, a nice-looking lady like you, sacrificing herself for the sake of others. Staying here in this place? Do you ever go anywhere else, travel or something?
I would like to go to Africa.
Well, that's a little far, but there's a lot of wonderful places just a few hours from New York by plane. Have you ever been in a plane?
No.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Here is another pamphlet I think you should read.
Thank you. Of course, I'll need a lot of personal help from you. My heart is as black as 2 feet down a wolf's gullet.
Well, I will be speaking at the Thursday prayer meeting.
I need private lessons. Why don't we have dinner or something?
I think not, Mr. Masterson.
Sorry, I'm just blossoming under the warmth of your kindness. Hey, that's wrong.
What's wrong?
That's not Proverbs, it's Isaiah.
It's Proverbs.
Sorry. No peace be unto the wicked. Isaiah, chapter 57, verse 22. Isaiah.
Isaiah.
There's 2 things been in every hotel room in the country. Sky Masterson and the Gideon Bible. I must have read the good book 10 or 12 times.
You've read the Bible 12 times.
What's wrong with the Bible? Besides, in my line of work, the strangest information frequently comes in handy. I once won a 5 G's parlay. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Tell me, Mr. Masterson, why are you here?
I told you, I'm a sinner.
You're lying.
Well, lying's a sin. Look, I'm a big sinner. If you get me, it's 8 to 5, the others will follow. You need sinners, don't you?
We're managing.
Let's be honest. This place is laying an egg. Why don't you let me help you? I bet I could fill this place with sinners.
I don't bet.
I'll make you a proposition. When's this big meeting of yours? Thursday night? I guarantee to personally fill that meeting with 12 genuine sinners. And I will also guarantee that they'll sit still and listen to you.
And what's my end of the bargain?
Have dinner with me.
Why do you want to have dinner with me?
I'm hungry. Here.
What's this?
Sky Masterson's marker for 12 sinners. You don't think it's good? Ask anybody in town. I owe you 12 sinners. I'll see you at noon tomorrow for dinner.
At noon?
It'll take us some time to get there.
Well, to get where?
To my favorite restaurant,
And where is that?
El Cafe Cubano in Havana.
El Cafe Cubana in Havana?
Where do you want to eat? Howard Johnson's?
Havana?
Sure, why not? The plane gets us there in 5 hours and back in the same night. And the food is great.
I now realize, Mr. Gambler, that when you were describing the blackness of your heart, you didn't do yourself justice.
And I now realize, Sister Sarah, no matter how beautiful a sergeant may be, she's still a sergeant.
Please go away.
Why don't you change your pitch, Sarge? Come to the mission, one and all, except guys. I hate guys.
I don't hate anybody.
Except me. It is a comfort to know it's me personally and not all guys in general. It's nice to know that somewhere in the world there might be a guy who might appeal to the sergeant. I wonder what this guy would be like.
He will not be a gambler.
I'm not interested in what he will not be. I'm interested in what he will be.
Well, don't worry. I'll know. For I've imagined every bit of him, from his strong moral fiber to the wisdom in his head, to the home he
breakfast-eating Brooks Brothers type.
Yes, and I shall meet him when the time is right.
You've got the guy all figured out, huh?
All figured out.
Including what he smokes, all figured out.
All figured out. I'll know when my love comes along. I won't take a chance, for he'll be just what I need. Not some fly-by-night Broadway romance.
And you'll know at a glance by the 2 pair of pants.
By his calm, steady voice, those feet on the ground. I'll know as I run to his arms that at last I've come home safe and sound. Until then, I shall wait. Until then, I'll be strong. For I'll know when my love comes along.
No. You're talking about love. You can't dope it like that. What are you picking, a guy or a horse?
I wouldn't expect a gambler to understand.
Or would you like to hear how the gambler feels about the big heartthrob?
No.
Well, I'll tell you. Mine will come as a surprise to me. Mine I'll leave to chance and chemistry.
Chemistry?
Yeah, chemistry. Suddenly I'll know when my love comes along. I'll know then and there. I'll know at the sight of her face how I care, how I care, how I care. And I'll stop and I'll stare and I'll know long before we can speak. I'll know in my heart. I'll know and I won't ever ask, am I right? Am I wise? Am I smart? But I'll stop and I'll stare at that face in the crowd. Yes, I'll know when my love comes along. When my love comes I'll stop in again. In case you want to take a crack at the other cheek. Well, Miss Adelaide sure seems happy.
Well, she's in love.
Yeah, I guess so.
What time is it?
I don't know, 4 o'clock?
This is your time of day, isn't it? I've never been up this late before.
How do you like it?
So peaceful. Wonderful.
You're finding out something I've known for quite a while. My time of day is the dark time, a couple of deals before dawn, when the street belongs to the cop and the janitor with the mop, and the grocery clerks are all gone. When the smell of the rain-washed pavement comes up clean and fresh and cold, and the street lamp light fills the gutter with gold, that's my time of day, my time of day, and you're that's my real name. You're the first person I've ever told it to. I've never been in love before. Now all at once it's you forevermore. I've never been in love before. I thought my heart was safe. I thought I knew the score. But this is wine that's all too strange and strong. I'm full of foolish song, and out my song must pour. So please forgive this helpless haze I'm in. I've really never been in love before.
Here they are, Sky. Hi, fellas.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hi, Sky.
Well, fresh blood. You looking for some action?
Not at the moment, but I would like to talk to some of you guys.
We ain't talking, we're shooting crap.
I'm asking only for 1 minute.
We are shooting crap.
It's about Miss Sarah Brown's mission.
Say, who is this guy anyway?
That's the fellow I was telling you about. Took the mission down to Havana.
Oh, I see. Look, fella, why don't you go back to your praying tomato? You're slowing up the action around here.
If you're looking for some action, would you care to make a small wager on a proposition?
What proposition?
Am I right-handed or left-handed?
Now, how would I know a thing like that?
Well, I'll give you a clue.
Kindly return this to Sears Roebuck.
Look, guys. Tonight, at Miss Sarah Brown's mission at 409 West 49th Street, there's to be a big prayer meeting. And I promised I would provide to them some sinners. And when it comes to sinning, most of you guys are high up among the paint cards.
Hey, I don't want to spend no evening in a hallelujah joint.
Well, if you won't do it as a favor to me, do it as a favor to yourselves. I guarantee you the air in the mission smells cleaner than the air down here. And maybe it wouldn't hurt you to learn something other than the odds on how to make a 4 the hard way.
Hey, you've been reading the Bible too much.
So what if I have? Maybe the Bible don't read as lively as a scratch sheet, but at least it's twice as accurate. Well, I tried. I'll see you around, Nathan.
Okay, Sky. Oh, about that Havana business, I regret I temporarily do not have the 1,000 to pay you.
You don't have to pay me, Nathan. You won.
But I thought you took Miss Sarah to Havana.
You thought wrong.
Come on, Big Julie. I have now got the dough to roll you, only we're gonna use my dice.
Nothing doing. With them dice, he cannot make a pass to save his soul.
What did you say?
I says, with those dice, he cannot make a pass to save his soul.
Well, maybe I can make a pass to save his. And his. And his. And yours too. I am going to roll the dice, and I will bet each of you 1,000 against your souls. 1,000 cash against a marker for your souls. If I win, you all show up at the mission tonight. Is it good?
$1,000?
Let me get this. If you lose, we each get $1,000. But if you win, we got to show up at this Mission Dolls Cabaret.
If I win, you show up at the Save a Soul mission tonight. One meeting.
Okay by me.
Sounds good to me, too.
You too, Nathan. 1,000 against your soul.
Me? I don't even know if I got one.
You got one someplace.
How do you spell soul?
S-O?
It was rhetorical.
All right, guys, put down your markers.
All right. Ready or not, here I come, pretty boy.
Give me the dice. All right. Give me root.
Come on, are you gonna roll already or what?
Hey, what's the matter, Sky? You turning chicken?
You see me roll for 100 G's. But I've got a lot more than dough riding on this one. They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me. The pickings have been lush. And yet before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you treated other guys you've been with. Luck be a lady with me. A lady wouldn't leave her escort. It isn't fair. It isn't nice. A lady wouldn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck let a gentleman see. Let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. How nice a dame you can be. I know the way you treated other guys you've been with. Luck be a lady with me. Lady wouldn't flirt with strangers. She'd have a heart. She'd have a soul. A lady wouldn't make little snake eyes at me when I bet my life on this road. So let's keep the party polite. Let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the fella you came in with. Be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. What's the matter? Coming out, coming out, coming out, coming out right.
If
Steve,
Detroit.
Present!
Sarah, here you are. 1 dozen or more assorted sinners. Sorry we didn't have time to clean them up.
Won't you gentlemen sit down?
Sit down, all of you!
I would like to welcome you gentlemen to the Save the Soul mission.
All right, you guys. I would like to remind you that this is a mission and not Roseland, and I would suggest you don't indulge in any unpleasantness. Since I am required to depart for points west tonight, I'm appointing Nathan Detroit major domo in my place. Nathan, anybody does not conduct themselves according to Hoyle will answer to Sky Masterson personally. And that means in person.
What a remarkable young man.